All right, had a good day today. During the bye week, I think you focus on yourselves as much as anything. We did that today. I thought our guys had a lot of energy and enthusiasm, which is really good. And it's one of those deals where I think we can really improve this week if we approach it the right way. And today was a good start. I think tomorrow and Thursday will be equally as important. And really just cleaning up things. And it's kind of a great time to go back and look at yourself throughout the season and say, hey, we've been really good at these things and not really good at these things, and gives you an idea of what to work on. And then obviously also getting a head start on Texas A&M is always a good opportunity. So we're excited about this week. Our guys had a great attitude day. We had a really good practice, and excited to for the rest of the week.
Chip, where would you kind of gauge the offense heading into the bye week through 8 weeks?
I think we've improved in a lot of areas. I mean, I think we've had some different combinations, obviously up front. I think we hadn't had we've had some different combinations at running back. So we've kind of, I think we're going to finally get this last stretch. Most of our guys back, and I think that's good. I think we've improved in a lot of areas, and obviously still a lot of room for improvement. And as we finish here, we're going to have to play even better down the road. But I like where we are. I think we're getting better, and I think our team's kind of getting comfortable. Our offensive unit's kind of getting comfortable with each other, and I'm excited.
Chip, how valuable would it be to have Kevin Petway back at full speed, and also obviously hasn't been beat on all season long, carrying the ball much?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. The other night I was really pleased with him. You could tell he had some fresh legs, I thought, and just he and Kerryon, I think, are two of the better backs in our league and maybe in the country. And when you have them both together, I think that's important. That can only help us as we make this stretch run for sure.
Do you approach this week, Chip, like you're playing Auburn on Saturday? Is that kind of how you approach how you go about evaluating?
I think you do it a couple ways. I think you use practice, like I said, to improve, us and improve on things we need to get better with, fundamentally, technique and so forth. And then obviously also a little bit getting ready, getting a head start on Texas A&M. But I think we need to focus on ourselves for sure the next few days. And then, like I said, the number one thing for us is we need to just clean up some things. Hey, let's get really good at our timing on these routes. Let's get really good at making sure that our technique's really good up front or whatever. And I think that's been our focus today.
Has it been difficult to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and why haven't we seen more of that as far as just in the intermediate?
Probably a lot of single high, odd defense with more guys inside than outside, probably more than anything. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things where the ball kind of goes wherever it goes, depending on coverage.
Chip, can you talk about what difference it makes when you got your quarterback, the run threat, and the linebackers, for the safeties have to respect that a little more?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it all depends on the structure of what they're playing. If they don't have overhangs and don't have enough guys weak, I think it's always a good thing. And Jared did a great job for Saturday of making some good decisions on that. And then I think it'll only help us. But at the end of the day, each week's different. Depending on who you play.
Chip, can you explain the running back rotation the last several games, really? Because even when Petway was out, all right, you had Kerryon. We understand it's a hot hand, but 20, 30 some odd carries to a guy who's got durability concerns. Then this past week, even they're both healthy. Kerryon pretty much exclusively first half, Petway second half. Just a lot of us having questions as to why they're not used even on the same drive as much.
Yeah, we're just playing the best guys at the best time. I mean, we finally got them. We think we got them both back, so that'll be good. I don't think Petway's he's close to 100%, I would say. But, sometimes it's hot hands, sometimes it's how much they've rested. Just trying to put the best guys on the field, give us the best chance to win. That's really it.
Yeah, how do you sort of gauge Darius Slayton's game last week? Caught some big plays and stuff, but he also had several drop passes.
Oh yeah, I mean you're always disappointed when you drop the ball. I'm sure he is too, but he made a lot of plays. I'm excited about him. He's getting better, and route running's improving, and blocking's improving, which is equally as important. So I was pleased with him. I mean, obviously he'd like to have a couple back, but it's just part of it.
Chip, you're talking about the running back rotation between those two. They've only been healthy together, I think, 3 times in 2 years. Is that something you almost have to kind of work this week to kind of figure out how to move going forward?
Yeah, not really. I got a good idea how I want to use both of them when they're both good, and so I'm looking forward to getting them both both of them back together, and we got a little glimpse of that the other night, and hopefully we'll finish the season that way.
What about the use of just the rest of that running back core? Because again, Cam Martin, where we knew that he got beat up at one point, but even a Malik Miller or Devin Barry, haven't seen a lot of them at all, but when we have, it's generally been in garbage time of some of these blowout games. So just plan to use them more this final month of the season.
Yeah, when it fits, yeah, for sure.
Chip, chances that you'll have Casey Dunn, Darius James, McCourton back, the A&M game, how do you feel about that?
I hope so. Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, if we get them back, I definitely feel good about it. And you know, the one positive is some guys have filled in and got some playing time, which provides some more depth as we go down, you know, this stretch run. But yeah, I'm excited to get those guys back. Hopefully, they'll all be back ready to go.
Chip, how valuable has it been going through that to have a guy like Austin Golson who can basically play?
Oh yeah, you can't overvalue him at all. He's a guy that's intelligent, can play all 5 spots, and that's been huge for us because certain guys fit in certain spots, but he's definitely a guy that can play all 5 and gives you some flexibility when you lose a guy. And he's, you know, and I think in multiple games he's played several different spots. So.
How unusual is that for somebody to be able to do that?
You know, I think it seems like we've always had 1 or 2 guys everywhere I've been that could do that, you know, that kind of get the whole picture of the scheme. You know, it's not just, hey, what do I do in my certain spot? You know, a lot of guys, you know, that are really good in the offensive line, they get the whole big picture and can play multiple spots. And so I would say it's not unusual, but I'd say, you know, it's something that usually doesn't happen with a lot of different guys. But usually you got 1 or 2 guys on every team.
How did Markel Burrell do in his first start?
Yeah, I thought he did well. He's been a surprise, a really pleasant surprise. He's come in and done a nice job. And you know, to be honest with you, I think I would say he's played pretty well considering the reps he got early in the season.
Chip, how would you evaluate red zone right now? I know that was a big concern before you got here last year, and looking back over 8 weeks, how would you evaluate it?
Yeah, I mean, I think pretty good. I don't know the stats off the top of my head, so I mean, obviously you want to score touchdowns for sure. You might be able to tell me more about stats than I know.
Concerned about, you know, inside maybe the 5 or so. I know you've been stuffed a couple of times.
Yeah, it's hard down there. It's hard. Yeah. No, I mean, the concern is that anybody you play that's pretty good, I mean, it's tough when they load extra guys in there. And, you know, there's been times, though, we've not blocked it right all the time, or, you know, maybe we missed the read at quarterback or something like that. But it's definitely something that we want to make an emphasis of this week. It's one of the things that we talked about yesterday. So, you know, it's not easy to score when you get inside the 5. That's why you like to score from way out when you can, you know. But, you know, we're going to continue to work on that and improve.
Having the opportunity to coach Jared Stone for 8 games now, what is he good at? What are you still working on with him, and just your overall expectations?
You know, I think first of all, he's one of our better leaders. He's pretty vocal. He's got a great work ethic, so that's carried over. Our team sees that. I think he's got really good touch on the deep ball. I think he does a nice job of throwing the ball on time and getting the ball out in front of the wideouts. I think he's got the ability to get the ball out of his hand really quick. If you see him on some of the bubbles we've thrown and some of the quick game we threw last week, I think you've seen him get the ball out of his hand really quick, which is really good. I think his pocket presence has improved tremendously as we move throughout the season. I think a lot of that just came from playing. You know, and he's played more now. He's getting more comfortable. He's done a nice job getting us in the right protections. He's done a nice job getting us in the right plays at times. He's just becoming more and more comfortable. And I think footwork is something he continues to want to improve on, and something he and I talk about a lot. And then, you know, obviously last week I think you saw him, you know, like you mentioned earlier on zone read stuff, making really good decisions. So he's still got some work to do, but I like the progress he's made and in the direction he's headed.
Chip, when this is such a self-evaluation week of reevaluation of things, especially, how do you explain the splits between when you guys play non-winning teams, you guys are putting up top 10, top 15 overall, scoring offensively extremely high. Against winning teams, you're in the 80s and 90s in overall offense and scoring against LSU, Clemson, and Mississippi State even. How do you explain the disparity between top 10 versus 80 on the caliber opponent?
No, they're better. The opponent's better. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, better people makes it harder to score.
Well, sure, but when you have a stretch now coming up with 3 games of
Yeah,
very good opponents,
it's going to be we're going to have to play really, really well. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think, you know, anytime you play in the SEC, it's going to be tough. And we've had some good games. I think we played well against Mississippi State from what I remember. And, you know, Clemson is one of the better teams in the country. LSU is always really good on defense. And it is what it is. I mean, we just got to continue to improve. And the answer to your question is you play better people, it gets harder. It's just a fact. It's the way it is.
Jim, can you talk about Malik Willis, how he's developed?
Yeah, he's getting better. He's obviously very talented. He's got a better grasp of the offense than he had early on, and I think he's more and more comfortable. And we've been able to get him in some games because we've had the lead, which has been really nice, and getting him some quality playing time. And I think that's going to pay off. Maybe in this season, but for sure down the road.
He seems pretty calm out there in games. Is that what you're seeing too?
Well, I'm in the press box, so I don't get a chance to see him up close. But from a distance, it looks good to me. I mean, he's made some play. I mean, he's made some mistakes, but that's part of it, being a young player. But I think he handles himself with a really good demeanor. He always has. He's kind of. You're right. He is kind of calm, but I think his heart's racing pretty good too. And I know it's been really good to get him those reps.
I know coming into the season you wanted to use the tight end a little bit more than it looks like these last couple of years. What's slowing you in that process so far?
Well, nothing really. We're getting a lot of tight end sets, pro and pro over, and I don't know if we getting a lot of tight end sets now. If you're talking about catching the ball, right?
Targets.
Well, those guys have a role in our team, and again, our top playmakers are who we want to get the ball to. And right now, we've got some guys that are probably just a little bit ahead of them. And when you're talking about who you want to get the ball to each week, and really, it's probably that simple.
With who you want to get the ball to, how do you feel at this point about how much you've gotten the ball to Nate and Eli in the receiving game?
Good. I feel good about it. Those guys as a group have played better, much better actually, and getting the opportunity. I think Nate made a big play the other night, which I was really pleased to see, and I think that unit has gotten him better and improved, and I think the future is really bright for them.
It would almost look like Darius has taken over that starting spot that Kyle Davis kind of left behind. Is that more or less accurate?
Well, yeah. I think early on Darius was the starter too, and had the ankle injury. I know we played Nate over there some too, but and then he kind of hobbled around for 3 or 4 weeks, and now he's back healthy. So I think to answer your question, I think he has done a really nice job of stepping up and kind of becoming the that's taking the role, the lead on that spot, and then obviously we've been able to shift Nate over to the other position, which is good for him, and then Ryan Davis and Eli have continued to play well. And then Will Hastings as well, and he plays the slot on the other side. So I think they're getting comfortable. I think we're finally getting those guys in a role that they're comfortable with, and so are we.
Is Nate ready to take more targets if that's something you decide to do? And would you like to give him more?
Yeah, I hope he can catch every ball if it's up to. Wherever it goes, we run concepts, so that sometimes it goes to him, sometimes it doesn't. When he gets the opportunity, he's made plays though. The biggest thing about Nate is he's really good. He blocks well too, so that's really important into what we do. So, yeah, I'd like to see him get more targets if he can, but at the same time, as long as we're making good decisions with the ball, with quarterback spot. And I think we've spread we got a lot of guys that have caught balls, so I like where we are.
We've got time for a couple more.
Had you seen any evidence in practice that Petway was getting ready to have his breakout game?
I thought he was a little better last week than he had been. As far as he just moved around better. He wasn't near as tight and stuff, and I think he was very, very for the first time Saturday. I think he felt more like himself, to be honest with you. And now, I'm sure the next day he was pretty sore because he hadn't played that much in a while. But I like his progress for sure.
With Darius, obviously he had the big game
Yeah.
last week, but just the last couple of weeks, the targets have far outnumbered the actual catches for him. Going into the stretch run, what do you want to see him kind of improve on to?
Just be more consistent. He's had a couple of drops here and there, but really I'd like to see him improve in a lot of areas. Blocking is one of them for sure, but his route running's improved. I think he's, obviously he's capable of making some big plays like he has, and so just continue to progress. Nothing real urgent or specific.
When you look ahead to these defenses, starting with A&M, Chip, the country in sacks,
Yep.
you've got two of the better overall scoring defenses in Georgia
Yep.
and Alabama. What do you see starting with A&M, but then yes, in Georgia and Alabama defensively, what these matchups present?
I hadn't looked at Georgia, Alabama. Texas A&M, I would say, is on that level, though. Like you said, they got really good pass rushers, done a great job. They got their coordinator, Coach Chavis, got a lot of respect for him, does a phenomenal job. So, for us, we're going to take advantage of the opportunities we get. We're going to protect the ball and make plays when we get a chance. Anytime you play really good teams, you get a chance to make plays. I think back to Clemson, we had some opportunities down the field. We didn't make the plays. Either we didn't make the right kind of throw, we didn't make the contested catches down the field. I mean, if you think back to that game, LSU, same thing. Where's 2 plays in the second half that if we catch the ball or make a little better throw, it changes the game. And we didn't do that. And when you play really good teams, I think you got to make those plays, and that's what it really comes down to.
How do you feel about the decision making of Jared Stidham with the RPOs?
Good. I think he's been good. I mean, there's always room for improvement. There's some gray in those RPOs, you know. But overall, his decision making's been really good. I think he's completion percentage is really high. There's some times that I think when he looks back, he'd say, you know what, I really, really wish I'd have thrown that ball out there or whatever. And that's part of it, part of the learning process, though. And I like his progress. All right. Thanks.